What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey SHAKESQUAD coming, guys, with a video right now. So first day of OTAs have started, and the guys looking good right now. I mean, we saw some little snip bits, some pictures, and some other stuff going on. We haven't gotten to the realm of seeing these guys play by play, who the competition, who they're against, and what's going on. But I think a lot more Eagles fans are going to be tuning into this offseason, especially with OTAs and training camp, just because it's going to be more exciting. This team is definitely hyped up for the season, and between all the players that we did get, and I think we have something to look forward to here, and to see how this whole thing goes. We have the joint practice with Miami later on, and obviously when these guys get full pads and we start hitting and doing some things there, you know what I mean? I think it's going to be great. And, the preseason games, we see how guys are progressing, and, see how some of these, see what we have behind our starters right now with depth. I think depth is the most important thing right now. You get to keep an extra, 3 to 4 guys on your roster this year, whatever it is. It's one of the most exciting off seasons with a killer draft, killer off season, a very underwhelming free agency, but man, made up for it in the draft by a long shot. So it's gonna be a lot of fun to get through this whole thing together. The second thing I want to talk about, okay. Oh, actually, before I go through all that, Fletcher Cox didn't show up apparently to OTAs. I don't know why people are making a big deal out about it. I think people should relax. A veteran as he is right now, there's probably a few guys that probably didn't show up, so I wouldn't make a big deal out of it. Fletch probably had some things to do. I mean, this part of OTAs is not really important to the veteran guys, but obviously it is important in some aspect, because people will kind of fight and realize, maybe, Fletch being there, he could be with some of the young guys that are coming in the building, be with Jordan Davis and some of these other guys that are here. So I totally get it from a mentorship standpoint, but it comes down to it. When it comes down to it, he probably had some things to do. There's probably not just him, probably a few guys aren't even there. Probably a lot of veterans aren't even there right now, so I wouldn't really make a big deal about it. I understand the fight and, the mentorship, but I wouldn't go crazy. Last thing I kind of want to talk about as of right now is, man, this Deshaun Watson stuff is crazy, man. 23rd lawsuit. I mean, it's just insane. I think to myself, man, when Carson Wentz got hurt in 2017 and then 2018 he came back, remember? Or no, I think it was, what was it? I think the 2019 season he ended up coming back as a full-time starter, because obviously Nick Foles took over at the end of 2018 when Carson messed up his back, on top of having that lingering ACL, LCL injury that he wasn't ready to come back from. Carson Wentz was asked about, is he ready? Is he healthy? And he was really tired of those questions. I can't imagine being Deshaun Watson. I can't even imagine being a Browns fan right now every day and kind of looking forward to the game of football with all of this news with Deshaun Watson swirling around. And the rumor is, I heard he was going to get suspended 3 to 4 games, maybe 7 to 8 games. Now I'm starting to hear that he might be suspended almost the whole entire year, close to it, the year, or maybe 16 games, something like that. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, you would think that before you make this trade for Deshaun Watson, you'd be calling Roger Goodell and be like, hey, what's going to happen to Deshaun Watson? Because we're paying him a lot of money. How long is he going to be out for? Is he going to get suspended? He's going to be on the exempt list. What's going on? I mean, they must have at least did some research on this. I'm so glad the Eagles didn't go after Deshaun Watson. As much as the news I covered on it, I knew how he was definitely hired some private investigators to look into the situation with Deshaun Watson and try to figure out what's going on. And, obviously, I'm so happy they didn't get him. I mean, I didn't want to trade for a quarterback. I didn't even want to go in the draft and go draft a quarterback. This is going to be the news. Is it just going to last this year until this? I mean, and look, before I even say any of this, I don't know if he's innocent, guilty, or whatnot. So I'm not trying to play anything on him right now. But as a fan, how do you even go through this? Can you even get to even talking about football? Because every press conference has got to be the same questions about this case and whatever's going on, whatever's happening. I feel like he won't get in trouble for it, but because of what's happened so far, which I don't think anything's really happened because he hasn't been charged with anything, I feel like they're still going to suspend him, which I don't know. It's kind of I get it, he shouldn't have gotten to this mess in the first place, or, maybe it wasn't his fault and it was all the women and all the massage therapists. I don't know. I haven't read enough, so take this with a grain of salt, okay? So I'm only talking about what I know. I'm not going to, say anything that's that I'm not completely sure on. But what I could say is this, like, who wants to deal with this news? Like, who would want to deal with this as a fan? And just every day, it's going to be when people talk about Deshaun Watson, this is always going to come up, like every single time. Like, we were always pissed off about Carson Wentz coming back in 2019 as the full starter when Nick Foles wasn't here, and asking him, can he stay healthy? And we were tired of those questions. Imagine going through something like this where something far more has happened worse. I mean, if it happened or not off the field, and everything that happened with these lawsuits, and 23 women. I mean, it's just crazy. I don't even know if there's going to be more coming forward with this, but it's a damn shame, man, because, I mean, if he was on the Texans still, okay, you know what I mean? But the Browns made a trade for this guy. I mean, they made the trade. They gave up a lot of picks, and they're paying him a lot of money right now. So it's just, like, how do you like stay off the path of this drama and talk about football? I can't even imagine if he was a Philadelphia Eagle right now, the crap that we would be saying and the videos we'd be putting out, and just everything, man. It's just something to think about. Like, we're lucky we're in the position that we're in. I'm happy that we didn't go after quarterbacks. I'm happy we didn't put all our faith into one quarterback in a trade and give up all these picks, and we're screwing up our draft. And I'm so glad we're giving Jalen Hurts another shot. Whether it's going to be a success or a failure, I'm just happy at the end of the day. So to deal with this crap that the Browns fans are going through, we have to be very lucky we're not dealing with some type of drama like this. Okay. But especially, early 2000, I mean, even earlier, even when Michael Vick became the quarterback, yeah, it was big news, and the Eagles gave him a second chance after what he did, and he did his time, he paid his dues, and he was offered a second chance, and he ran with it. Unfortunately, the media wasn't as bad as it is now, and now it's even worse because the news gets out there like it's nothing. Not saying it didn't get out there in the early 2000s, but now it's extreme. Like, you can't get away with anything, and news can't be spread around as much. Like, everybody shares this type of stuff. But with Deshaun Watson, man, he's a great player. I think he's going to play well for them. I think they're building a good team in Cleveland right now. But this, I couldn't deal with this. I mean, I'm so glad. And like, I covered a lot of the news about Deshaun Watson. There's no doubt in my mind that Howie Roseman was monitoring so many situations with these quarterbacks. Who knows going to next year, if Hurts doesn't have a great year, he could be monitoring, Kyler Murray and Lamar Jackson if they don't have contracts yet. You never know, because it's going to cost a lot regardless to move up top 5 in the draft. And at least if you trade up and give away a lot of picks, at least you're getting somebody that's proven in Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray, and as proven as being, that could come right in and play well, instead of what if and the hope and having hope and giving up a lot of picks for a guy in the draft. You don't know what's going to happen, because the draft at the end of the day is a gamble. You know what I mean? So I just kind of wanted to talk on this lightly because we haven't really talked about it. And obviously he's not with the Philadelphia Eagles, so I really don't care. But, man, just to think like this guy we could have traded for him and dealt with this every single press conference. Like, I think it'll die down during the season. Like, obviously when football's around, like, it'll die down. But if more news comes up during the season, more lawsuits or something happens, it's going to be talked about nonstop. It's like they will never escape from this until, like, it's over. And that's just the thing. So I just want to touch on that real quick. That's all. Just from me to you guys, from the heart. Glad Jalen Hurts is the quarterback this year. Can't be any happier. Whether he's going to succeed or fail, I'm happy that at least he's given another shot to play a second full season, which is great. So other than that, can't wait for more OTAs and obviously training camp, coming down the road. And that's it. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about OTAs, and obviously Fletcher Cox not showing up. Is it a big deal? And obviously the Deshaun Watson stuff. How happy are you guys not getting Deshaun Watson? You guys let me know, and I'll talk to you guys later. SHAKESQUAD up, follow us live. Peace out, guys. Peace.